Hey everyone, I'm Marco.
And I'm Natasha. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to run a successful business with your spouse. So a lot of the times, Marco and I get asked, how is it that we work so well together? And so we decided to kind of give you guys a breakdown of the things you should consider before getting into business with your spouse. So one of the main things that you should probably be looking at is how strong is your relationship? You know, like how well do you guys work together?
How well do you communicate?
Yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah.
You know, because you're both gonna kind of have your own idea of what you think is right and wrong, especially if you're both of us, really strong-minded and very stubborn. Because, you know, we're both pretty much up there. He's a Scorpio and I'm a Taurus, so that kind of explains it. Another thing you guys are going to want to consider is how much time do you enjoy spending with one another?
Yeah. Do you find yourself like needing breaks from each other constantly? That might be a sign that maybe you shouldn't start a business together, because when you do start a business, you're going to be in each other's faces all the time, like 24/7, right? Especially in the beginning when a business is brand new and you really got to get things kicked off. So it's important that you enjoy each other's company, that you can spend every waking moment with your partner, and it's not going to bother you and it's not going to cause problems. So yeah, that's something that you really have to consider.
Because we spend a lot of time together, tons of time together. And it's so weird because the time that we're apart, like they always say, like, you know, you need that balance of time apart. But I don't feel like I need that with Marco, and I think it's pretty mutual.
It's mutual.
Good to know, thank God. But no, like we really do thoroughly enjoy spending time together, working together. When we do spend time together, we're always brainstorming ideas on how we can like move on to the next stage of our lives, where we want to take our lives. So that's something that's really important before you get into business with your spouse. Do you like spending time with them? Mm-hmm. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is how quickly can you diffuse an argument. Mark and I argue. We're not perfect. We argue quite a bit. Sometimes, depending on the season, wintertime specifically, because we're, you know, confined to this house. But we do argue, and when we are arguing, we're pretty quick to diffuse our arguments. Mm-hmm. We just kind of let it all out, and then we move on.
Yeah.
So that's something that you will have to kind of weigh out to see, like, are you the type of people that when you argue, you need hours to diffuse, or can you just quickly, you know, let it out and move on and carry on with your day?
So another thing that you have to consider is, are you both driven? Are you both equally driven to start your own business, you know, achieve success, whatever the goal is? Are you both driven and committed to seeing it through? The issue is, if only one person is committed and the other one isn't, that's going to lead to big problems, arguments, feeling like the other person isn't kind of, I don't know, putting in their weight and really helping the business. So,
and we say this because we specifically struggled with this at the very beginning, because I was pregnant when we first got into this whole adventure, and Marco had all these ideas and he wanted to try things, and I was more risk adverse at the time. And so I was like, you know what, let's just do it. And because I was pregnant, I kept using that as an excuse. I'm pregnant, I'm tired, I don't have time to help you. And it did cause problems at the beginning. But once Marco was able to get me on board and kind of open my mind to a world of possibilities and the things we can do and where we can take our business, then I kind of, you know, took a step back and said, okay, it's time that I, you know, put my full attention into this and move forward. And that is basically what has 10x'd our business, is both of us going at it 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's important that if you both aren't driven, figure out a way to get your, like, if you have an idea, you want go for it, and you want your partner to join you in it, and you guys go on an adventure together, the best thing to do is to not force them, but slowly show them the possibilities. Like what can be accomplished, what you both can do together, and kind of how you can just transform your lives. And by showing that in a slow pace, don't rush it, don't force it, because that's the worst thing you can possibly do, is trying to force something on someone. Just slowly show them that things are possible, and they'll slowly come to terms. And then once they're all in, and you guys can just go full force at it.
Yeah, so that kind of ties into having the same vision. So when you're opening a business, just make sure that your vision is aligned and you guys have the same, not necessarily the same goals, but your goals are quite similar on where you want to take your business.
Right, yeah.
Because if one person's here and the other person's, over here, you're never going to come together and take it in the direction that you want.
Right. There's going to be a lot of clashing because, one person wants this, one person wants this. So you guys are going to clash, bump heads, and it's not going to really help. So it's good to have similar goals, even the same goals. Maybe you guys have the exact same goals that you want to accomplish. That's even better. But having similarities and a similar vision, a similar end result that you both want to achieve is going to make things so much easier, because now you guys are both just going after the exact same thing.
And just to add to that, it's important to challenge each other as well. Like, don't expect to just, agree all the time. Like, challenge one another. If you don't see eye to eye, make your spouse see reason and see your point of view, and they may even see where you're coming from and come up with an even better idea. So,
right, yes.
Challenging each other is very important when you are especially being an entrepreneur running a business, because one person is not always going to have the answer, but two people together can create, an ultimate solution to
a better solution. Yeah. You have to also be able to kind of balance things out. It can get hard in the beginning when you're all in, and you really have to focus to achieve these milestones, or like the smaller goals that you have set for your business. But it's important that you separate your business from like pleasure, time spending with each other. If you just business, then
it consumes you.
Yeah, it
really
ends up
does.
consuming you. So it's good to take that time apart, maybe go out for dinner, go catch a movie, just enjoy some time together outside of business. Don't keep your relationship strictly business. Learn to enjoy each other.
Learn to shut it off.
Yeah.
Especially if you have an online business. Like Mark and I literally have to shut off our devices to have that time.
Our phones are going off.
Oh, they explode all hours of the night. Yeah.
So.
And that was something that actually challenged us, because one of us, I'm not going to say who, was worse for it, where they were literally, I was on my phone and my computer 24/7. I would wake up first thing in the morning, run to my computer, check my messages, and instead of like taking care of things that took precedence over it, I was consumed by it. So it's really important that you do separate your business from your from your life. Yeah. And working from home, we actually have a rule in our home that our basement level is where our office is, and that's where work stays. We're not allowed to bring...
Well, our main floor. It's not really a basement.
Yeah.
Our main floor.
But we're not allowed to bring our, devices upstairs to work.
So kind of like separate. So when we're downstairs, we're work mode. That's our office. And then when we're upstairs, this is like where we live. This is where we enjoy and we chill. So
because if you don't do that, then you're never gonna be.
You're not gonna be at ease. Yeah. You're gonna be chilling, whatever, in your living room, but you're gonna be anxious to work because you're accustomed to working there. So it's important to have that separation, or it can drive you crazy.
Yeah. And the last thing that we kind of want to talk about is just be patient with one another, because you're spending so much time with each other. you're gonna bump heads, and that's normal. So if your partner is having an off day and they just kind of need to be grumpy and just take it out on you, just be patient with them. They will come out of it. And I'm the same way. Like, there's days that I'm just like a ticking time bomb, and he knows. He can like read me when I'm like that. So
see, I just chill back.
Yeah. If he says that,
I just chill.
so that's pretty much it. We know this is kind of not one of our longer videos, but we think there's a lot of value here. And
I want to mention one more thing. Support each other. You're both going to go through, like she was saying, someone might have an off day one day. Like, try to support that person. It might be a challenge sometimes, especially if they're like upset or whatever the case may be, but learn to support more than, I guess, dictate or, I don't know. Anyways, just support each other, have each other's backs. And
there's going to be a lot of haters too, and you got to be there to defend your partner, you know, always.
Yeah. So just want to add that bit.
Cool. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and turn that bell on.
And yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.